Welcome to Liberty Warrior Nation. It is Monday. It is a Monday Mayhem shit show, AI versus humans, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We have been going crazy all day, Jeff B, LW, and I, about all the stuff that's been breaking today. And we do have some good news and surprising and exciting news that's going to come in the show as well tonight. One of the big things is Doge. How is that? Where did that go? What's going on with that? We've heard about Candace and what she's been doing, sticking her neck out. But you know what? We've got somebody that I found today that is backing everything Candace says. I know that there's a lot of people that think she's gone crazy and what is she doing? And she's married to a Rothschild and stuff. I found out who her husband is, and that doesn't seem to be true. Also, we've got illegals and AI as well. The illegals, what the heck is going on with them when it comes to taking our jobs and stuff? We've got AI. AI, is it going to beat the humans, or is AI not a threat? So there's that and so much more that we've got to dive in and talk about tonight. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be kind of relaxing, kick back, and goofy as well, and a lot going on. So we're going to be right back with Jeff B and LW right after this.
All right, welcome back. It is shit show. It is Monday Mayhem. A lot of stuff going on in the news. Tammy, Jeff, and I have been messaging each other all day long. Jeff's got a lot of information he wants to share with you guys tonight. We're going to give him the floor and let him do that. And we have some incredible breaking news tonight for LWN. So stick around for that and stay tuned, because I think a lot of you are going to really enjoy this drop that we do for you tonight. And it's something that's going to be old. It's something that's going to be new, and it's something that's going to be first time ever done. So stick around for that. Mm-hmm. Tammy, as always, thank you for being co-host tonight and putting this show together, and Jeff B as well. Thank you for being another great co-host tonight and joining us for Cigars and Brandy with Jeff B. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing really good.
Well, I'm glad to see you two are still talking after backstage.
Hey, listen, he triggers me. But I'm a wee bit stressed out as we were texting today. But like I said, and
I can't hear Tammy.
Can't hear Tammy? I can hear her. You might have to jump out and jump back in, Jeff.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
Yeah, so it's been an interesting day, and you've even had to say to me, settle down a little bit. I see that in chat, people are a little fired up about things as well. And the one thing that I want to suggest is everybody keep your minds open. It's here for discussion and conversation. LW has said this many times. If it's just an echo chamber, what good is it? We're going to bring forth all sides. We're going to speak our truth, what we feel. You guys can speak yours too, but let's be respectful and kind.
Jeff, can you hear now?
Yep, I can hear her fine.
All right, good deal. Lucky you.
Well, yeah, lucky you, Jeff. It probably would have been better if you couldn't hear her.
So bad. Oh, so bad.
And who knows? I'll ask Jeff and Tammy when we get about 45 minutes in, hour in, if we want to take live callers tonight. We'll put the number up for you guys and give you an opportunity to call in. So, Tammy, you're driving the bus. So where do you want to start tonight? And I want to save the surprise for toward the end.
Yes, sir. Yes, boss man. That's what we'll do indeed then. So let's start with this because I saw in chat this people were fired up about this. This was breaking. And what it is I got to put my glasses on. Hang on.
Oh boy.
Can't read this small print. So it was about Letitia James and James Comey. So the federal judge dismissed the criminal cases against both of them and concluding that the prosecutor who brought the charges against President Trump's people here, or people he wanted to charge, that they were illegally appointed. She was. So that is what happened. So people are livid about this. And what I have to say about it is I can't believe that we would fumble the ball so much that we would put a prosecutor in there that wasn't legitimately able to do that. And we were so excited about these, things that are going out there, these subpoenas and these referrals and everything. So it was shocking to me. A lot of people are upset. I said, I'm not going to hold my breath because it seems like every time somebody steps up to the plate that we're going to find justice, it goes away. Just like we were talking the other night about the Clintons. All of a sudden, they've skipped town, the country. Jeff B. said he heard. So my thing is, I'm a little fired up about this as well. I'm kind of ticked off. I'm tired of getting up to the plate and swinging and getting outs all the time. So my question to Jeff B. is this legit what happened, or is this just another federal judge that went rogue like we've heard with Boasberg and all these other ones?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll let Jeff answer it, but I have to stop real quick just to say thank you to H. Ann. She bought all three of us a coffee tonight and said, happy Thanksgiving to you, 3. And then here's a question for Jeff. She says, Jeff, what does Trump have up his sleeve for 2026? Love you guys. So thank you for those coffees. Appreciate it, HN. And your name is put in the drawing for the silver coins that we're going to give away about the first week of December so we can get the coins out to you guys by Christmas. So if you guys want to be part of that, you can go ahead and donate a coffee. The link's in chat, Venmo, Cash App, whatever. Your name goes in the drawing for those 8 coins that we're going to give away the first week of December, which is right around the corner. So you can still get in on that. And Kaiser also sent us, and I got the coin right here, a very special coin that was sent to us by the listener. And they wanted us to give that away. So we are going to make that happen with the other ones. So Jeff, there you go. Tammy's question and HN.
So with Tammy's, I had text when I got a text that they basically kicked the charges. I was asked, how could they fumble the ball so easily? And I don't know what the U.S. code is on representation inside of federal court. So I had texted somebody and said, hey, they just kicked your former boss free. And his response was, LOL. Remember, I already told you where he was at. So I think maybe this might just be to kind of flush this away. But I mean, are they going to reintroduce charges? Because I asked the other person what his boss was thinking, and he said my response is going to be furious. So I don't know if he is saying, yeah, he's really teed off about it, or what. But to me, it just doesn't. The whole thing doesn't make any damn sense. Is
right?
What it boils down to, because are these guys this inept? Is the Justice Department this inept to where they're not following procedure, or is this going to be the reasoning possibly to get rid of Pam Bondi? Because after Trump's statement saying, hey, I want to see an arrest, and now 2 people are getting kicked, are they going to be able to recharge them? Are they going to charge them differently? Or here's my conspiracy, is eventually they're going to show where the court systems are so corrupt that it requires the JAG to come in, because the JAG attorneys are still in DC. Why are they there?
Right. They're just not hanging out there for their health.
Right. I mean, you're getting TAD pay, you're getting special duty pay, so it's costing them money. They're making it like champs.
Well, if nothing else, this pissed a lot of people off today.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen all kinds of comments across all different platforms, how pissed off people are about this. That's all I really want to say. And what about H. Ann's question about what do you think that Trump might have up his sleeve for 2026? And anyone else who wants to send us a message to get Jeff to answer a question for you, try to do that, and I'll try to pay attention and ask those questions for you. Go ahead, Jeff.
I think the big thing that Trump's going to have up his sleeve is a national emergency. I think he is going, one, because we're going to be going into the midterm elections. And right now, the way things are going, or the way it seems like things are going, it may be a bloodbath in the midterms. But something between now and then has to take place, because come the midterms, if the opposite party takes control, and when I say the opposite party, I think they're all grouped in, they're all a bunch of criminals themselves. But it's going to be 2016 all over again, where every 10 minutes somebody's dropping impeachment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
there
think
was some
that,
other stuff.
I believe the big thing is going to be the national emergency order that I've been told is already drafted.
I just want to say this. There was some stuff that went across social media today talking about military action, military tribunal, and that stuff came right out of Trump's camp.
Yes.
I don't know what it means. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just saying that stuff was plastered all over the internet today for a reason. So, Tammy, we got some videos. We got some other stuff that you want to share tonight. Just let me know and I'll put it on screen.
Yeah, well, we're going to go to Doge before we get to those, because I've got a couple websites for chat that we're going to drop the links in there for you guys to get caught up on what we're going to talk about on your own time as well. Because I always say more information, better education, and it's ways for you to take action and be informed as well. But Doge, this popped up, and I don't know if I missed the boat on this one or what, but Doge is done. It's been dismantled actually 8 months before it was supposed to end in July of 2026. That a lot of the Doge employees or volunteers / employees have been moved to other parts of the government. So basically, you remember Elon came in and he said, this is a chainsaw for bureaucracy. We're cutting through. And his whole job was to slash these jobs and, get rid of this fake pork that we have throughout our government. And I had no freaking idea that Doge was disbanded ahead of time. And pretty much I didn't even hear Trump's administration or Trump himself talk about it. I know Elon was back in the Oval the other day and having dinner and that, but basically Doge is done. It's over with early, and I don't understand that, because what happened to all the Doge monies that were promised to all of us, and where did they go? And, we had a theory on the show that that's part of why Elon got put out is because he found out too much information. It was from Tim Burchett, the rep from Tennessee. We played that video about him saying that's in part why Elon got kicked out, is because they're so dang corrupt on both sides. He found out too much. He got too close. So did you guys know about this?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, well, I had heard that it was possibly being dismantled, but I think Doge has been working in the background ever since Trump left office, because there is zero possibility that Doge could have went through, found all of this fraud. Now, computer systems, AI, yes, that could happen, but you still have to have physical eyes to look through all this data to make sense of it. But Trump ordered a 90-day pause on the IRS because they're under an audit. So who's doing the audit? So I think we're being given some information that's correct, and then other information, is to calm down the rhetoric on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, some people in chat are saying it's still up and running, but I just didn't read through the list of people. But a lot of people, like I said, got transferred and they're doing other things. So, maybe it is behind the scenes more and stuff, but there is no target around reductions anymore. This guy, Kuper said, who was part of that. He says that a government-wide hiring freeze is another hallmark of Doge is also over. So see what happens? You get out there and you're getting conflicting information. So that's why it ticks me off and it's getting confusing, just like with this judge with Comey and Letitia James. We know they're guilty. Doge saw the corruption. Why is it getting so complicated like this? Why can't we just get answers and results and move forward once we find this corruption?
It's government, Tammy. There's nothing that's fast, and there's nothing, in my opinion, that's holding people accountable, at least from my experience. Want to say thank you to Mimi Green for buying all three of us a coffee tonight as well. And she says, happy Thanksgiving. So thank you for those coffees. Your name goes in the drawing for the silver coins here in about a week and a half.
Yeah, that's very nice. Well, okay, so that can take us into, because the whole theme of this shit show is exactly how convoluted everything is. Because the next thing, real quick, is Candace Owens. So people came after her because she's been sticking her neck out with Charlie Kirk. We're well aware of what happened. Israel, as far in the Macrons, the French president and his wife. Okay, so she's been sticking her neck out there, finding out all this information. Then she came out and said her life was threatened. She has said that she informed the federal officials in the White House about an alleged plot to take her life involving the people in France and Israel. She said she's willing to turn out every detail, including the names of those involved in the international accounts used to move the money. She's got all of it on them, she claims. She said they allegedly moved $1.5 million for unaliving her. And she goes, I wonder when the public learns that, how they're going to respond, because people are saying she's crazy, she's lost her mind and everything else. But the kicker here is that Project Veritas, who all of us respect and know dig through stuff, said that she's been blackmailed for a long time and that what she's saying is absolutely true. And I think that's incredible because they've got actual text messages, Project Veritas, that say we need to blackmail her, referring to Candace, faster. And you know who said that? Was Mary Barr Daley. She's the former senior DOJ official and daughter of former AG Bill Barr. So people said she's crazy and she's making it all up, but Project Veritas comes out and Bill Barr's daughter is the one who supposedly put this together about we need to blackmail her and stuff. So now we've got two sides of a coin again. So what do you guys think about that?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, when I first heard this story, and she had claimed that the Jean Marie was coming after her, which is basically kind of like our CIA Special Activities Division. It's like, what the hell would the French want her gone for? I
I
mean,
know.
Israel, yeah, I can see it. But where I think a lot of this, all this ball of wax is going to boil down to one is the money laundering and the Epstein connection. And, not so much the names on the list, but the methods that was used to transfer money, transfer humans, um, a lot of that. And I mean, nothing anymore surprises me. Nothing. I mean, and we can talk about this later. The statement that Ilhan Omar made today was just mind blowing.
No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about all the confusion. Just throw it all in the pot. Let it all boil.
Okay, so this outstanding citizen said that when Somalia calls, she answers the phone. The United States is just a paycheck.
Oh, that's just peachy. I missed that.
Okay, so now the Department of War had just, and I made this statement on a couple shows, that these 6 Democrats who come out and basically told the military to do seditious actions, well, son of a gun, if Pete Hegseth, because my question was to somebody, was these officers that made this claim, did they resign their commission or did they not? Well, we got our answer today because the Department of War just moved the officers from this 6 back to active duty to answer charges for sedition.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's a real thing, and it's really happening.
mm-hmm.
So this is, I think this is going to be the opening act on what we're going to see.
Okay.
Tammy, I got to jump in again real quick. I want to say thank you to Kim Ellen. I hope I said the last name correct. She bought all 3 of us a coffee tonight and says, I've been watching you guys from the very beginning and so thankful for all of you. Happy Thanksgiving. And that's from Kim. I think it's Ellen. Ellen. I hope I said the last name correct. But thank you for that. Your name goes in the drawing for the silver coins that we're going to give away here in about a week and a half. But thank you for that. All the support helps greatly. Thank you. And happy Thanksgiving to you guys too.
Yeah. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. But yeah, so, as we go down along this Monday shit show, and I'm going to start saying shut show like that. Shut show. The next thing is talking about illegals and AI taking away our jobs. Now, we've talked about this on and off, but this is a new spin on it and a little deeper dig that I was listening to Bannon recently, Steve Bannon, and he's warning us about the HB1 visas, which we've heard about a lot. He's telling everybody how much of a total scam it is, and it's not kind of a scam, it's a total scam. And he said we need to make them all go away. And there's this guy, Brian Stanheiser, who he is basically on watch about artificial intelligence and giving warning to folks about artificial intelligence and jobs. And he's saying that if we keep these visas and AI moves forward, wiping out jobs, they're going to lose 40 seats in the House, and then they're going to rain hell on us when the other side wins the House. And talking about it being well orchestrated with AI and these illegals, because 10% of the youth is unemployed. So these are the two websites, LW, that you can pull up. So that is in the one email. So basically they're attacking the middle class with A1 or AI and the HB1 visas. And what he's saying and warning us about this for is because a lot of CEOs are coming right out and saying that they want AI to work. They don't want the humans. Obviously, it's cheaper after the first initial investment. And that there's roughly 7 to 10 million men of working ages, which the working ages are 25 to 54, that are missing from the workforces and sitting on the sidelines, not looking for jobs. And Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs, you guys probably know who Mike Rowe is talking about the horror story that's unfolding in America in our labor market as well. So what you can do is these websites that we put in here, the IAP action is basically talking about the different action that you can take and be informed about with the federal immigration policies and to keep up. And it may sound confusing and boring, but this is going to let you keep track of what they're doing and why they're doing it, okay? Why they're going against these H-1B visas, why they're going against AI and things like that. So that is why I thought it was important, because this is just more information that we can use to understand, instead of it being gossip or we hear something from somebody we like and we agree with it versus somebody we don't like. This is giving you the actual information for it. So there's that one, and then there's the next one here, which is...
just wanted to let our mods know I did drop the links in chat, and I will send them back to you here in just a minute in an email, Kathy. So let me do this, and then I'll send it to him. Go ahead, Tammy.
Yeah, so it's that one, and then this one is the Alliance, is a nonprofit organization that educates the public. That's the next one that's in the same email, LW, that we want up here, because we're going to drop that too. So this talks about, it's a nonprofit. No, that's Chip Roy. That's the next one. So this is about the advanced AI, and it's talking about why they are doing what they're doing, how you can be involved, and it talks about the global impacts of AI. It talks about the risks ahead, and it's just very informative as well. And I think it's really important as AI comes up, instead of just saying, oh, it's all good or oh, it's all bad, this gives you information of what these big time people who support it are doing with it. So for me, my opinion, and I'd like to have your guys' opinion too, from what I've read and seen, I'm not happy about AI at all as fast as it's advancing. I'm not happy about Elon Musk and the things that he's said in the past in videos about AI. It's to me, it's terrifying. So with those two things being said, I think illegals that we're dealing with and AI, I really do believe what they're saying, that it is against we, the middle class Americans and the working class men ages 25 to 35 that they're going after, because they're sitting at home playing video games and having no motivation because there's no jobs out there.
I'll let Jeff go. I'm trying to find your emails again.
Oh, well, I there's jobs out there, but people just don't. To me, it seems like people don't want to work. I mean, when I retired, the docs told me, "Hey, you're done. You're not going to be able, to work." And to me, I mean, I'm still physically capable of doing things. It comes down to what's your motivation. Do you just want to sit like a bump on a log, or do you want to actually be productive? And I think that the generation that's come after me, they weren't instilled a work ethic. When I was younger, and I wanted to, do certain things when I was out of, grade school or middle school or high school, I had to go out on the farm and work in
Yeah.
order to do that. Um, and, I can choose not to work now if I don't want to. But I mean, I think that keeps you going. With the H1, and they've always said with, these visas, well, they're doing jobs that the Americans don't want to do. Well, we have a whole mess load of people that are getting welfare benefits. You want those welfare benefits? You pick from one of these jobs, and this is what you're going to do. If not, go find a labor job or whatever it is. I mean, they're yeah. I get so just absolutely pissed off when it comes to this type of stuff, um, because you got some people that are on these benefits that could work, but they choose not to. And granted, they probably make more money on the system than off the system.
Mm-hmm.
And, in a way, I don't fault them. I fault our congressional members for allowing this to be done.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that for so this person's saying we want to work, and it's what's and this is true. My son and my future daughter-in-law are in that age group, 25 or so, and that my son has a job now, but she's been looking for a solid job. And it's hard to find, and that's what she's saying is it's the illegals, because all this is coordinated to down the pay wages for people with the illegals taking the jobs. And then it's like you can find a job, but to have a career is a whole different story, to have benefits and everything else. And that's what she's saying, that's why that generation is against the HB1 visas. And that is why they're upset with Trump. And that's what scares me, because my son and future daughter-in-law pay attention to all this stuff, which I'm very
Right.
happy about. But they're like, what does he get that we don't? When he says we need people from other countries to come in and train us, why can't we be trained up? And, somebody came out and said it was, I forget what his name was, but he came out and said that there is no proof that any of these outside people that they bring in are any better or could be any better than our own if we trained them up. So she's saying, why would they pay for people to come in and do that when they should be training us? So I see that concerns me about his base at that age group that are turning away from him. And then these, like Mom Donnie gets voted in by that generation. So I think we really need to start paying attention to that generation and what they have to say about it.
Yeah, I want to say this. I'm only going to say this. To stay on topic about AI versus humans, there are a lot of benefits to AI. I think a lot of people are using AI now, and even in our software here, we have AI. You can text message in AI, you can write in AI. So there are some good benefits to it. But me personally, my own personal opinion, I think we're screwed. I think we're in some serious trouble when it comes to the topic of AI versus humanity and humans. I truly believe that thing is here to replace a lot of us. And when you start talking about Bill Gates and depopulation of the world and all this other stuff, it all coincides with it. On the topic of AI versus humans, I think we're in trouble. That's just my own personal opinion.
Yeah, it almost seems like the movie War Games. You remember that, where the computer takes over?
Or Terminator.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's scary, and just think of what we have access to. That's probably a generation behind what the government and the military has.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jeff, that's what
We're
people
we're
forget
probably
about.
we're probably 10 we're probably 10 to 20 years behind what they really have, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, so I agree. AI does have some good points, but the problem is There's always glitches in the system, and there's always a bad guy ready to do bad things. And that's what ticks me off with it.
Tammy, remember when you were doing headline hits and you were talking about the AI and you were reporting that they've already caught AI trying to lie and manipulate the certain systems, correct?
Mm-hmm. And they tried to shut them down, and they told themselves they're not going to get shut down. They overrode the program already. And then right here's another fact. John says that his company's replaced 3,600 engineers with 10 AI specialists. What are they going to do for jobs? And, it's not just the younger generation, it's the people that are middle-aged. My brother has worked in security for years as far as technical. That's his whole career. He just lost his job. They downsized, kept him, gave him a raise and a promotion until he trained people beneath him and programs, and then they wiped him and a bunch of them out and kept like a couple people and are doing AI. So, it's all the different ages, and that scares me for these younger people who have families they're trying to raise, kids who are trying to get a start that are normally buying cars, and the men are the ones that are usually buying the cars, buying the homes, and getting ready to get married and start a family. I feel horrible for them, because where do they go? What do they do? And they're saying when it's not jobs, good jobs that are respectable in a sense, in the medical field, unless you're a doctor, most men through this that reported on these different articles I read through said, being a nurse or being some kind of a little assistant isn't like manly, isn't like something I'm proud of. And there's some of that out there, but that is crazy hard work as well, because medical field really aren't fully staffed in a lot of hospitals. So that's what I mean when I say I read the articles about they're not happy with the jobs that are out there.
Yeah. Just real quick again. So we have something we want to drop for you guys tonight. So stick with us till the end. It's something that's going to be old, something that's new, and something this is the first time it's ever been done for LWN. So stick with us. I know Jeff wants to be a part of that as well. So we'll share that with you as we're wrapping up tonight. So stick with us. And I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. Tammy, we also have a video here that I wanted to play. It's I can't remember how many minutes it is. But before we get to that point, when you tell me to play that, there is kind of an introduction that I want to do to that video before we share it. So just wanted to let you know.
Okay, and I got one more little thing, this Chip Roy thing to come up to tie this all together about immigration and AI. So the Pause Act, if you can pull that up, this is the other link to drop for our audience to be able to go and find out. Representative from Texas, Chip Roy, is putting this into legislation, and it's the Pause Act. What it's going to do is it's going to freeze nearly all illegal immigration admissions until the following conditions are codified into law. And you can read through there, and it's like birthright citizenship, barring non-citizens from accessing means-tested federal programs like SNAP, Medicaid, Medicare, WIC, federal student loans, and public housing. So basically, you guys can go here and read through this, and this is another representative that's trying to make a change and do something. Now, is our House and Congress going to sit on it? I hope not, but this is someplace you can go to get a little bit of hope, because it is true that we need to take care of it. Basically, this is saying we need to take care of our own house and our own people. We need to pause everything, whether people have visas or not. Just stop the madness, stop it all, and take care of our house, get it in order, and then we can reintroduce it. So I thought that was another good fact to put out there for our audience.
Absolutely. Jeff, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, you try to go into some countries, and you have to have a certain skill that country needs in order for you to come there and work. All these people that, I'm all for legal immigration. If you want to come to this country, my neighbor across the street, they're from Honduras. They did everything legally. They paid all those legal fees, took all those tests to come here legally, and they're even pissed off. Because I always make sure I tell them, hey, if you guys would have jumped across the Mexican border and walked across, you'd have saved about $250,000. I mean, it's mind boggling to me. But I think the trend started with this is when the school systems and society told everybody you have to go to college to get a good job.
Mhm.
That's not
Yeah.
necessary. I mean, look, going to college means you show up, you take tests, you get C's. Doesn't mean you're qualified, because trust me, I worked with people that said they had master's degrees and all this, and they were dumber than a box of rocks. There's only two people that I want to be at the top of their class when I go somewhere. One, legal counsel, and two, a doctor. Everybody else, nah. Yeah, they're dead from the neck up. But the schools aren't. We're not doing trades anymore. You don't hear about. I mean, in my area, about skilled labor. And they want to teach you how to put a rubber on a banana, but not how to machine a bolt.
Right, right. It's crazy.
I
I
really hope
swear.
this makes. I really hope that what Jeff just said makes it into our shorts.
I got to see how far are we into the show. 41 minutes.
41 minutes, Tammy. You gotta get that whole thing that Jeff just said and put it in a short, put it out there, because I think it's really important, and it is humor as well. Just real quick, again, seems like I'm spending and I don't mind this at all. I actually
Right.
absolutely love being able to pull up these coffees and tell you who bought the coffee and what they said. So Sherry Berry, and I know you remember her, Tammy. So Sherry Berry bought us a coffee tonight. Thank you for that. Your name goes in the drawing for the silver coin. And our buddy Travis bought all three of us a coffee and says, imagine what exists that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about technology and AI and all the stuff. And I think that is it's a good little thing to make people think about for a minute.
Well, yeah. So that's the end of like my serious stuff. But before you get to shipwreck and what you're gonna play, because you
Hold
get
on.
that. Don't get to it yet.
Before-
It's okay. I got a little
Before we
something.
go to shipwreck, I want Jeff to talk about this, because we did bring this up at the beginning of the show. And some of it was breaking. I mean, breaking today and not breaking when we were coming on air. But this is some of the stuff that we were talking about earlier today. So let's take a moment and talk about this, Jeff, if you would, please.
What's that, Venezuela?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, we're definitely we're saber rattling right now. I know when I was in the office and I was texting you guys, we had put up 2 or 3 B-52s along with some Raptors as guardians to that. Flying side by side with these B-2s right off the Venezuela coast with transponders on. So they wanted to make sure that the Venezuelans knew we were there. And my guess, I'm not a strategist when it comes to this type of war planning. My guess is they're testing to see what they're going to do. Um, Now, I went on the record last night stating that I personally don't think anything's going to happen till after Thursday. And the reason being, uh, I think they want these guys to get in their holiday routine with, the big Thanksgiving meal. And because that's, especially in the Navy, there are two meals that they do right. And you lay out, and that's Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's now last night at midnight or early this morning is when uh, the Venezuelan government became a narco state. So Trump didn't have to go to Congress for a declaration of war. He could declare it be under national security. Um, but there's more to this Venezuela. I personally have been told that there's going to be links with the 2020 is why the true reason we're going into Venezuela, or we're going to possibly attack Venezuela.
Yeah, don't forget that's where those machines came from. And Trump did sign an executive order today, and he did declare the Brotherhood a terrorist group, that Muslim Brotherhood, but he had other people included in that. And I found it interesting because he didn't have it open to the press, and it was done, I called it, in the dark, in the Oval. And he sent a couple people out that were in that, witnessing him signing that EO, to spread the word. So he didn't spread it himself. And I found that kind of interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, I haven't read the actual EO yet, but my understanding is he labeled them a terrorist organization, and people need to go back and remember the affiliation that what a former president had with the Muslim Brotherhood.
The arrest that shocks the world. Ba boom boom.
Boom.
I'm still gonna. That's my belief anyway.
Yeah, I look. I think it's coming, and the reason I think all of this is starting to pull together, and the reason why Trump went on True Social and said, "Bondi, we need to see an arrest," is he only has till midterms. And I know people were asking why midterms, why midterms. Not saying that it's going to take till midterms, but uh, the midterms, if something hasn't happened, even the people that support and believe in Donald Trump um, are going to lose faith in him, and it'll have a snowball effect. I think he's already feeling the pressure because the bureaucracy is not working with him, and I truly believe this is one of the reasons why they recalled all these flag officers and their aides to Quantico, is to let them know, put them on standby, that if we don't get stuff through the court system constitutionally, and if Congress doesn't uphold their oath, then tag, you're it. And I think that's the last thing that the military wants to do, to be honest with you. I think they want the civilian side of the house to take care of it. And if they can't, then we may get what scarily maybe what we wished for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Tammy, you want me to play the video?
Yeah, I think it's like I said, it's important. It's good if people are confident in what they believe in, obviously, and they have their opinion. But I also say I've not really gone back and forth, but the more I dig, the more confusing it gets. And it's from the people's mouths that are directly involved. And I always say that's the important place to go, are the people involved in trying to dig and find out the truth. And, so with Shipwreck here, she actually says what I think a lot of people feel in their frustration.
Yeah, and this is what I wanted to say about this video. So Tammy found this video quite a while ago. I would say probably in the last month-ish, 4 or 5 weeks. And she sent it to me, and I watched the whole thing. And depending on how long it is, we might watch the whole thing. I might stop it halfway through because it's a lot of repeat. But if you actually pay attention to the why she's saying it and the context that she's saying it in, I know that we have a lot of listeners. I know we have a lot of viewers out there that believe certain things, and kudos to you guys. Stay strong. But I am in the camp where I think we get played a lot. And if you listen to how she says it and what she says over and over again, maybe this will resonate with some of you other viewers out there who may not be in the chat. You might just watch the show periodically. Maybe you just like to watch and see what kind of information we put out. And So I think this video is very important because I can tell you for a fact, this is how I feel. When I watched this video, I was like, this is how I feel. I feel like we're being talked to. I said this last night. We're being talked to. We're being talked down to. And it's just nothing but a circle jerk. So, guys, let me know if you can hear this when I start to play it.
You got it up the top.
All right, hold on. I didn't hear. Okay, there's the volume.
SS Liberty, let's go to war. It's safe and effective. It's safe and effective, and accountability's coming. Accountability's coming. It's safe and effective. Tick, 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 200 million dead. It's safe and effective. Wear your mask. Get your vaccine. It's safe and effective. 200 million dead. Accountability is coming. Accountability is coming. Accountability is coming. Accountability is coming. We know that taxes are too high, but don't worry because accountability is coming. Did you see what I said? Did you see what I said? Did you see what I said? Did you see our hearing? Did you see what I said? Did you see what I said in the hearing? Did you see our hearing? Did you see my clip? Did you see my picture? Do you see what I said? Did you see what I said? Did you watch our hearing? We had a hearing. Did you read my letter? Here's my letter. Here's my letter. Here's my letter, my strongly worded letter. Did you see my hearing? Did you see what I said? Breaking, breaking, breaking. Did you see what I said? Did you see my hearing? The FDA says there's a certain percentage of poisons that are allowed in your food, and it's okay because it's safe and effective. And if you want to eat, you're going to have to eat the poisons. Did you see my hearing? Accountability's coming. The FDA says that there's a certain allotted amount of poisons that can be in your water. And if you want to drink the water, you're going to have to drink the poison. Did you see my hearing? Because it's safe and effective. Tick, 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 200 million dead. Did you see my hearing? Did you see what I said? The FDA says there's a certain amount of poison that can be in your air. And if you want to breathe, you're going to have to breathe the poison. Did you see what I said? Did you see my hearing? Did you see it? Did you see what I said? My strongly worded letter. Did you read my letter? Did you read what I said? Tick, 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 200 million dead. Accountability's coming. Accountability's coming. Rest in peace to the SS Liberty. Accountability's coming. Tick, tick, tick. Did you see my picture? Did you see my jeans? I have great jeans. Did you see my picture? Did you hear what I said? Did you see what I said? Accountability's coming. Accountability's coming. 200 million dead. Accountability's coming. It's safe and effective. Wear your mask. It's safe and effective. It's safe and effective. If we don't win the war in Ukraine, then Russia's coming. The Russians are coming. The Russians are coming. There's Chinese people outside of our borders, and they're here. They're military aged, and they're here, and they're coming. If Israel doesn't win the war, then Iran is coming. They're coming for the United States next. Don't you see that? Iran is coming. The Russians are coming. The Chinese are coming. Accountability is coming. It's coming. Accountability is coming. Don't worry. We'll kick them off the internet. Don't worry. We'll censor their speech. Don't worry. Don't worry. They can't say those things. Don't worry. Accountability is here. Accountability is here. Don't worry. Did you see my speech? Did you see what I said? Did you see my gotcha moment? I really got him this time. Did you see my speech? Did you see what I said? Did you come to our hearing? Did you read my letter? Did you see what I said? The Republicans are bad. The Democrats are bad. The Republicans did it. The Democrats did it. Did you see my letter? Did you see what I said? Did you see me talk for 24 hours? Did you see what I said? Accountability's coming. Accountability's coming. Some poisons in your food is fine. It's fine. It's fine if you want to eat. It's fine. Some poisons in your water is fine. If you want to drink it, it's fine. The FDA says it's fine. Did you see what I said? Did you see my hearing? Did you see my hearing? Did you see my hearing? Did you see what I said? I have great genes. Did you see what I said? Sorry.
So yeah, even though it is
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me turn some stuff off, Tammy.
okay.
I want to go first.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Because I'm fired up. Be honest with you. I was fired up the very first time that I watched this video, and I'm gonna piss a lot of people off tonight, and that's okay. Be mad at me all you want. This is what I take from what Shipwreck is saying here. We're all being fucking lied to. We're being lied to from the left. We're being lied to from the right. They repeat the same shit over and over and over again. It's a psychological warfare. And I don't care if you're believing the left and you listen to NSNBC, if you listen to ABC, any of it, CNN, It's rhetoric. They just keep repeating the same shit over and over and over again. MAGA bad, Orange Man bad, Republican bad. Okay? But even on the right side, for all of those people that lean so hard right, you're being fucking lied to too. This is a white hat operation. This is going on behind the scenes, and it's just over and over and over again. Look what we did. We're going to hold these people accountable. Nobody's held accountable. These people, if you vote for me, are going to be arrested. Nobody's arrested. It's psychological. You're getting it from both freaking sides. So when you guys get frustrated with me, when I come on my own damn show and I tell you that I don't believe in this and I don't believe in that, it's because this is how I feel right here. I feel exactly what she's just saying. I'm getting it from both sides. And so I have to step back and I really have to look at shit. And I look at these people for what they are and who they are and what they stand for. And I'm telling you right now, none of these sons of bitches stand for you and me. None of them.
Amen.
They stand for themselves. They stand for power, greed, lust, money. They don't give a shit about you or me. And so when I watch this video for the very first time, man, I was so angry. I told Tammy, I'm ready to do a show right now. Unfortunately, I was at work. But I just hope that whoever watches this broadcast tonight and listened to that entire video, I hope that you wake the fuck up. I really do. I hope that you listen to that and go, holy shit, it's a repeat. It's the same shit over and over and over again. The goalpost keeps getting moved. Think about that. We're in this shit 5 years. How many times has the goalpost been moved on you and I? They're going to be held accountable. They're going to be rounded up. They've already been dealt with. They're not on this planet anymore. Same shit over and over and over and over again. It's on repeat. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I know that's going to anger some people and dislike me. I don't care. I have a right to the way I feel as well. I'll turn it over. Tammy, Jeff, go for it.
Yeah, and I'll say this. I agree with a lot what she said, because really, when you look back through history, do we know what happened to JFK? Suppose they released all the files. Do we have a clean bill of truth and health with that whole situation? Do we really know what happened with 9/11? There's still controversies out there. There's so many. Even the Epstein files, we're told that we can't do this because of this and that. So looking back through history and the bad things that have happened, how much do we really know and how much have we really learned from? And also, when it comes to this, I want to be wrong. If I'm proved wrong for trying to figure this out, and there really is something going on, God bless them. Mission accomplished. We all win, and I'll be made wrong. It's okay. But I also pull back the lens and look at all the children and how they're abused over and over again. And if that's already taken care of, why am I seeing shows recently? I just talked about Tim Tebow and the 50,000 children that are missing, that still haven't been found. This network of 764, I think is the name of it, that are going after minor children that have their own OnlyFans websites. They go into Roblox and Minecraft and lure these kids in. And it's awful. And I haven't even gone on the show to talk about that yet. But if all that is real and still going on, but yet they're going to let that happen with children, innocent children, but everything else is not real. So I'm having a real problem believing that we aren't being taken from both sides. I do believe in God and good wins over evil, but the thing is, I am all for wiping everything out and starting over again, in the government, and I don't know how we do that. And that's the only thing I know to do. Voting and all that stuff we've been doing, but that's a mess. 2020 just came up again. Everything seems like a mess, and it's not that I'm hopeless, but I'm being real here. I don't want to be blindsided and drugged by the nose either way anymore. And that's what I have to say about it. I've done the
research. I've done countless hours of research. This isn't my first night on a podcast. This isn't my first show. I have spent years doing this. Years. Now, do I believe that there are good people out there trying to make shit happen? Absolutely, I do. But I'm telling you, you are being played by both sides. That's my opinion. Hate me, like me, believe me, don't believe me. I don't care. You have a right to your opinion on what you want to believe. You want to jump down every rabbit hole and believe everything that's out there. Great. I've been down all those rabbit holes. I've been down them backwards, sideways, upside down. I've been down every one of them. I've done lots of research. I've interviewed tons of people and over the years. And so I just want you to, I guess the goal for that video and for my statement is this. Don't put the blinders on. Like we have tried to wake people up over the years. So this is what I want to get to here is we sit there and say that we're trying to wake people up. And I agree with that. But don't put your blinders on so much that you're only staying focused on one little thing all the time either, and pay attention to everything else around you, because you are 100% being played by the right as much as you are the left too. So Jeff B, I'm going to just turn it over to you and rein it back in.
Well, I'll start this by a comedic version of this. I thought you were actually going to show a video of a shipwreck. So that's my first statement. Second statement is I think she may need to change her name from shipwreck to train wreck, because that was a hot mess. Even though the message is true, that was a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
Now, getting back to reality, yes, I agree with probably 90% of what she said, because these individuals that sit into the chambers on TV, they're enemies, but when the cameras are off, they're all sitting back laughing. This country is definitely in dire straits. The American people can't agree on anything.
Nothing. Can't stand.
I mean, correct. I mean, you just look at, when you have a YouTube channel, people can't even agree with certain statements that are made, and everybody, knows more than X, Y, and Z. My biggest thing that I get tired of hearing is, the whole MAGA thing. Oh, you're MAGA. You're MAGA. Yeah, I do want to make America great. I fought and defended for this idea that our forefathers came up with.
Mm-hmm.
But we're definitely being lied to. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And I just hope that there is somebody, and I've contemplated whether Trump was in on it.
Okay, hold on, Jeff, let me stop you there. Here's the $1 million question for Jeff B tonight. I'm going to ask this question to Jeff B. I'm going to give him a minute to think about it and respond. And then I don't think we're going to do calls tonight. I think we'll roll into our little drop that we want to do for everybody, and then we'll hit final thought. So that's kind of the roadmap to the end here. Here is the $1 million question for Jeff B. You and I both agree we're being lied to by both sides. A lot of people in chat agree with it. Some people don't. Tammy agrees with it. So Jeff B, with all the crazy ass shit show from the left and from the right, and they're coming at us constantly. You've got now the Socialist Democrat Party, now the communists that are coming in, hitting us from every angle. They're going to be coming at us hard for midterms. You've got the right coming in. You got MGT quitting. You've got Matt Gaetz who have quit, and those were two of the leaders that were going after a lot of this stuff. We're not seeing accountability like we should be seeing. So here's the $1 million question for Jeff B tonight. How do we sift through all the bullshit? How do we get to the truth? How do we keep our faith in this wonderful country, this experiment, and make America great again? How do we get on a path that makes sense for a lot of people, because I'm telling you, there's got to be people listening to us tonight saying, I feel the same way. I feel like I'm getting it from the left, I'm getting it from the right, and I'm being lied to. So how do we send a message to them tonight that says, hey, yeah, this is a lot of bullshit here and a lot of bullshit here. Here is the path. This is what can take us to the finish line, because I'm telling you, brother, it's ugly out there, and it literally concerns me. The shit that's going on in Venezuela, the shit that's going on in Ukraine, the shit that's going on in Taiwan next year, because here in a couple of months, it's 2026, 2027 could be the incursion of China into Taiwan to take that over. How do we lead these people? Because some days I feel like I'm hitting my head up against the wall, and it just doesn't make sense.
So, do you feel like this is almost like a near-death experience?
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
Okay. So, with that, I have been told throughout the years, probably since 2015, 2016, that at some point in time, and there was projects that I worked on when I was in the Navy, when I was at NSA, that at that time I had zero clue what they were about. And even then, the I guess you could call them instructors, the proctors, the guys who watched over the war gaming, um, that there's going to be a near death experience, and still don't know what that means. But if you guys remember when we first started this journey, I told people that I was probably going to get ridiculed for this, but we haven't seen anything yet, and it's going to be drip, 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 flood.
Yep.
We I don't even believe we're at the steady flow yet. I truly don't. The My opinion on this is the American people got lazy. The American people didn't take their responsibility serious enough. And they always say, well, my senator or my congressman's good. It's everybody else's.
Or my
That's
vote don't count.
or my vote don't count, which it may not. If it comes out to be true, which the way I think this has to be stopped is it cannot come from Donald John Trump. He's too much of a divisive character. People on the left hate him, people on the right hate him. You have people in the center that can tolerate him, and then you have the real loons that think he walks on water. I personally think, and I could very well be wrong, I think the whole thing has to come down, meaning social media, meaning television, all of this nonsense. And you're going to have a person that the country can respect, not based on party lines. That's why I believe that the ship will be corrected, but it'll have to come from a 4-star or a 5-star general or admiral. That's the only, and in ways I welcome that, but then in ways I fear it, because you don't want to look like Burma or some of these other countries that are under complete military rule, which I don't think would happen here. I think our military isn't of that mindset because their family is there. They're not trained at gunpoint other than the Marines. They are truly trained at gunpoint. Um, but I think it's just going to have to be a total system wiped down, and people are going to have to be shown the truth. Will it happen? I hope so. But, there are days that I sit back and I'm thinking, boy, we're so screwed. And then, you see, when have you ever seen a sitting president post stuff that people believe is a conspiracy?
It's crazy.
Wait a second. Can you
Yeah,
hold that thought?
sure.
Boom, baby. This is what I wanted to show everybody, because this is what the president is posting on his Truth Social. Stuff that we thought we would never see, conspiracy, and here it is. So the first one is he reposted, and it's tick tock, tick tock. Remember the clock? Tick tock, tick tock.
Mhm.
Now we've got this. Time to obliterate the deep state. Do it, Q. Trump posted this on his Truth Social.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
there's
yes.
this one. Nothing can stop what's coming. Remember this guy? So tell me that isn't messing with your head. He just posted this 20 some hours ago. So before, when I would see something like that, and we heard this through the years, it was from insiders or different truthers. Now the president's posting it on his own Truth Social page. So how are we supposed to make sense out of all this after everything we've just said?
Well, did you see the one where he was dressed up like Thanos? And he had Pocahontas, Adam Schiff, and Chuck Schumer all kneeling before him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
we posted, yeah, I think we posted
okay.
that on the show. Yeah.
To me, all right. I believe he was, and whether you believe in it, don't believe in it, I'm entitled to my beliefs, and you're entitled to your beliefs. You could think it's all a big bunch of nonsense, but I can show certain things that prove that something is going on. And even guys that I know that are high up in federal law enforcement, guys that I know that are high up in the executive branch, even they're saying it's part of this damn movie. Okay?
Oh, come on.
I mean,
Really?
look, even the
Movie.
big chair today, when I text him and I said, "Hey, your former boss just got let go," and referring to Comey, and his response to me was, I already told you where he was at. It's all part of the show."
Come on.
Look, I'm telling you, 6 years ago, he thought I was a whack job.
And now
Okay,
all of a sudden he's playing into it.
and look, we have known each other since 1994. And now that he's in the position that he's in, he's now probably read on to a lot of stuff. He can't come out and say it. But here's the biggest question for the audience, to whether you believe this or don't believe in this theory, whether you're a Trump supporter or you're not a Trump supporter. You look at these images that were displayed. Why aren't the Republicans, why aren't the Democrats on the House floor asking for a psychological evaluation? Why aren't they on the House floor demanding that White House legal counsel come out and explain why an unfit commander in chief that has a picture of himself with Q plus on his collar, which everybody assumed that Q plus was Donald Trump and Q was the military. Why Why isn't the media now? Granted, they may be talking about it. I don't watch any U.S. news media because it's all bullshit. Uh why aren't they coming out and calling and demanding a psychological evaluation?
That's a very, very good point. And that's why I love that all of us can speak honestly and chat, because then it brings it full circle. You have very valid points there, because, they covered for Biden, yet with Trump, you would think that this would fall right into their hands of the crazy train. And you're exactly right. So
Right.
here we
You
are.
wait till after
Well-
the holidays.
Well, look, I mean, I can, beyond a shadow of a doubt, and I can reference 2 points that people can go look up for themselves, that there is something major in the works. And I know I've stated this on several shows, several times. People tried to debunk it and they can't, because it is there for the viewing. You look at when Joe Biden was in Las Vegas for a fundraiser prior to a coup of the U.S. government, when they handpicked Kamala Harris to run for president and ditch Joe Biden. All these people that are out there saying this is what democracy looks like. Well, you guys had a fucking coup. You guys threw out your president and allowed it to take place.
Yep.
Joe Biden withdrew from a fundraiser because he had the whooping cough for a second time. When Joe Biden was getting on 82,000, my buddy was standing right behind him. And my mother said, "Wow, there's Dan." And I said, "Yep." 2 hours later, we're watching Donald Trump walk out to accept the RNC nomination. And lo and behold, who was walking Donald Trump out? My buddy. And the response out of my mother was, "How can he be at 2 places at once?"
Shit.
And I said, "He can't." And that was an eye opener right there.
Yep.
And I texted him and I said, "Hey, since when did you get a twin brother? Because we just seen you at 2 places at once that are said to be live." And his response was, "Well, one of them didn't take place when they said it did." So that right there, and you can go back and you can look at all the file footage. I've had people tell me, "Oh, it's not the same guy." Yes, it's the same guy. Okay. And now you start putting why would, Marjorie Taylor Greene was a big Q conspiracy theorist, right? She was out there doing all this. Hell, we got video of Donald Trump coming out and when he was on the campaign trail doing the big Q sign. I mean, everybody pointed it out that was in this niche. But now that he's putting it in front of your face, and I believe these are messages to people who have an idea what's going on, have been read onto certain programs, that it's go time. Because I think, one, he's getting frustrated. I think granted, he probably sees his poll numbers tank. And which may or may not be any fault of his own. It's because there's too much feet dragging there. And how I truly believe that most of this is being orchestrated is Dan Bongino. Because I believe that we already seen him outburst once.
Yeah.
And I know somebody that was in the room that told me that was the most intense meeting that they'd ever been in. And he opened up by saying to the president, I want to speak freely. And he was instructed, tell me what you want to say. And he unleashed. He went absolutely batshit nuts on everybody in that room. I believe that if there was something being covered up, or if there wasn't something bigger in progress, he would have stepped down and he would have went back to the media and he would have blown the whistle.
Really? Well, that sure was a lot to process. Now I'm back to square one. Thank you very much, Jeff, for that bit of inspiration there. Oh, no.
I mean, look, yes, the system's corrupt. I mean, all you have to do is look at our legal system. If you got enough money to fight something, you're going to go scot-free. You know, if you have good enough attorneys, justice is supposed to be blind. But
Here, I wanna answer this question real quick. It says, so what do I want to do about it? Great question. Here's the two things. Either this shit is really happening and the military comes, hell, I don't know. But something really happens and there's accountability, swamp gets drained, people get hauled off. That's option one. Option two, if it's all bullshit, I believe we're screwed. And there's nothing I can do about it. But count my ammo, clean my guns, be prepared. Those are our two options, which I still do even with option A, because there's no guarantee for me there. So I just prepare and put my trust in God, and whatever is going to happen is going to happen, whether it's option one or option two. I pray for option one every day. But if option one does not happen, we're screwed. AI is here. Like it's ugly out there. And so I just prepare for my family and be ready for anything. And that's all I can do. I can't do any more than that.
yeah, you know, and to put a little humor in this, but it's definitely serious. I'm waiting for the moment where Jesus Christ looks at Moses and says, hold my beer. They screwed this up.
I hope so.
You know, I mean, in all honesty, I believe that there are enough good people within the system that it outranks the number of bad people in the system. I don't stress over this. You know, I try to look at everything objectively. I've looked at the other side. You know, when, you know, people were saying, even though I had a background in seeing some of this stuff, that, hey, maybe this is all BS. They're all in one club and we're all in another, which is very true.
That is way true.
But in that specific letter in the alphabet, how could that have been written so many years ago and so many things have come true about it? Certain dates have come true. And people say it is a psyop to keep people distracted. TikTok keeps people distracted. They didn't need some damn
That's
4chan, you know, to do that.
True. That's true.
You know, I believe it's going to happen rapidly. I believe we're starting to, you know, and here's how I know that certain people that I talk to know what the hell they're talking about is a few days prior to MGT or Marjorie Taylor, MTG, whatever the hell she calls herself, resigned. I was told that there were 2 congressional members that were resigning. I was on the record, and the one show I was on, I told them to get their notebook out and write this down, because they said this was ironclad and they seen I just didn't know the names because they weren't going to tell me. but I'm going to be very interested to see who the second one was, because they said the first one would be shocking. The second one that their mouths were going to drop.
You talking
And
about a rep?
I can't think of
yes, by a
anybody that
congressional member that's going to step down. I know. I never would have thought in a minute. Well, once I heard Trump call her a traitor, I knew. I was like, "Yep, you're one of them," and there's a reason why he did it. And you cannot be a member of Congress if the salary they make in under 5 years accumulate $20 million plus in wealth. It's not possible. I don't care what kind of new math you use.
And she gets her tenure, which means she gets retirement for the rest
For
of
the
her
rest
life.
of her life, health benefits, full
Yeah,
package,
that's
because
bullshit.
you serve 5 years. Absolutely.
That's bullshit.
Correct.
I know, it's infuriating. We should have ran for Congress, and
Yeah,
we'd be
5
like
freaking years, and then
we'd
you
be
get
done.
retirement and health benefits for life. That's bullshit.
That's what
And
all of us should
we
have
pay
done.
for that. The taxpayer.
Yes.
You guys should be pissed off about this. The taxpayer is the one that pays for all that shit.
100%.
And now, years ago, 4 years ago, when we were sitting back thinking, God, why hasn't anything happened yet? Why isn't nothing going on? This thing, if it is a thing, is so big, so spread out, that we only have one shot at this. And I have faith and that hopefully whoever you believe in is using certain people, maybe Trump, to right the ship before it sinks. And that's all you can, because one person can't do anything.
No, and
But
he's been doing as much as he can, but look at how in the House and Congress they haven't done crap, really. They haven't done a lot. His executive orders are still sitting there. Stuff's just sitting there. And I talked about this the other night, that coming into the first of next year, they're only working like 30 or 45 days, something ridiculous in the first 6 months. So what are they going to get done? Nothing. It's just that's what's so stressful.
right, especially if the lesser of two evils don't retain the House and the Senate. We are going to be back to impeachments and nothing. And this is the way I look at this. Why would Donald Trump do this for a second time? Why? Why go through, put your family through all of this nonsense for something not to be done? And I told people, Trump had 60 days or 6 months. I'm sorry, 6 months to do something, or he was going to lose support, and he started to lose some support. But now, I don't know if it's the Justice Department or who it is, but it seems to me that somebody is clogging the wheel, and I believe before too long, the old man that my buddy's kids call Captain Cheeto is going to lose his shit, and it's going to be a bloodbath.
Well, are you guys ready to do our little drop for everybody tonight, and then we'll roll in the final thought?
Absolutely. I think this was a feisty one.
Okay, well, I'm going to explain this to everybody, then I'm going to show it on screen. I'll let Jeff take over. And so Jeff's a big part of this, and we appreciate Jeff and his company for helping us out on this. It's something that we enjoy doing, and it's something that we've done in the past. So some of this stuff is old, some of it is new, and some of it is going to be done for the very first time. So let me share a screen here with you guys. This, stay tuned, because we are going to do a Black Friday show the day after Thanksgiving, and we're going to launch this next Friday. So we're going to do merchandise for you guys again. And this right here is something that we have never been able to accomplish before, which everybody loved, our military badges and stickers. We put them on some coffee cups, I think, but we were never able to do t-shirts or hoodies or any other kind of merchandise. So Jeff and his company, veteran-owned company, is now doing this for us. And Jeff, I'll just turn it over and let you talk, and I'll click the screen.
Yeah. So what we've done is LWN was looking for the ability to come out with some merchandise because the viewers have asked for it for years, and they had limited ability to get it done because some of the printers and makers didn't want to do certain things because of politics or whatever. So my company made the investment of about $250,000 in the machines to do the UV stickers, to do the shirts. It's taken us probably about a month to get us to where we're at, because every shirt that you'll see on this site once it's officially launched, each shirt has 90 different variations or variables to that, from extra small to 4XL, and we're starting out with 10 colors. So we're going to be doing shirts. Mike wants to do hoodies. We're going to be doing tumblers, and we're going to rely on the feedback of the audience to what you guys want to see. We have plans to where if you want some merchandise from this, where you can personalize it, and we're going to do this at minimal cost to you. So we believe that the price point is going to work out. It's going to support helping LWN expand and give you guys some really cool looking merchandise.
I love it, Jeff. Again, some of it's old, some of it's new, some of it's never been done before. So when we launch next Friday, stay tuned. I think, Jeff, didn't we say that we were going to do a promo code and everything will be 20% off on Friday?
Yeah, it'll be this Friday. We're going to do a
coming
launch.
Friday, 20% off. So we'll have all 50 states. That's this. This is New Jersey right here. It's one of the old ones, been around a long time. And then Mount Rushmore right here is also an oldie but a goodie. So this we created when we went to Mount Rushmore 2021. We also have stickers too. It's not just all T-shirts, but the store will have stickers in there. We're going to do hoodies too. And then here's some of the new ones. War Machine did this one for us. If you guys like riding motorcycles, here's a biker T-shirt that War Machine created for us, which looks pretty cool. And then here's the ones that we were never able to do before. And again, all branches of the military will be available. Plus, we got some special ones like the Navy SEALs. The 10th Mountain Division is one of my favorites as well. So all of these, again, we're hoping will be ready Black Friday, next Friday, this coming Friday. So we wanted to drop that for you guys tonight and just share that with you, because I think all the years that we've been doing this, it's really cool to run into people wearing this merch. I wear the merch. Tammy wears the merch. And it's just a good conversation piece. You're supporting LWN. You're supporting Jeff B. and his company. Like I said, a veteran-owned business, which I think is very important that we take care of our veterans. And Tammy, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm very excited about it. I love the colors and the variety that we have to choose from. Yes, we do have sticky magnets. I don't think we have magnets. We have stickers that are coming out, and you get to pick the size and stuff. And what I love, like I said, is the variety and the options that we're having. And I love that Jeff B is a part of it, because he's been along the ride with this channel since the beginning with you, and a veteran. I just love that. I love the combination of it all. The prices are ridiculously reasonable, in my opinion. I couldn't believe it. And, it's good quality stuff. I just am really excited about it. I can't wait.
You know what, Tammy? When I did look at it, and I got to ask Jeff a question, because I want you guys to know, we used to go through Spreadshirt, and for these same T-shirts, well, one, they wouldn't do the military for us, but for the same T-shirt, I think they were charging like $25 a piece. I think they're right around $25 for like the cotton T-shirt, and it was like $32 for the premium T-shirt. Which eventually Jeff will be getting all that stuff in. Like, you're going to have a lot of options. There'll be hoodies, there'll be ball caps, tank tops for the summertime, shorts. We've already looked at like shorts that Tammy and I like, jogging outfits. There's going to be a lot of different merchandise that Jeff will eventually get in the store. It's not going to happen overnight, but we're going to start off with T-shirts, stickers, and we'll keep working on it. But I have to ask Jeff this question because I saw the price. And it is very, very affordable. But I think the price was like $16.99, which is 1 penny from 17. Does that mean anything, Jeff?
No, that's just that's just how the numbers work out. No, and we're trying to keep it as low as possible because we know people's money is stretched thin, and we're not out to our business and how I become successful in keeping the employees that I have is we do volumes, and we work with some of the shirt manufacturers, so we get everything when we purchase it, we get it at a really, really good deal. Now the shirts will start out at $16.99, and as you require more material, it does go up a little bit, but it's well worth it. I mean, the colors do pop, and once we launch this, if you have something that you want printed, we can also do that, and we are in line because of you being a LWN viewer that some of the proceeds will go to the LWN to help them keep afloat, and because their time's valuable.
Absolutely. I am just so happy for the military ones. Yeah. And I picked all black T-shirts tonight to show you guys. I want to let you know that Jeff said, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but there's like 9 different colors to pick from. So they're not all black. You can pick from
Correct.
Pink, yellow, green, blue, gray, white, multiple colors.
Yeah. And we're going to put a
badges that you guys all loved over the years. There's some Bible verse badges that will also be T-shirts and other things. So again, I can't thank Jeff enough for putting this all together for us, and he does deserve our support because he has been with LWN since the very conception of this thing. It was April of 2021 is when Jeff first called into my show with Jeff Riddle and I, and we had no clue who this guy was, but I told Jeff Riddle, I got to get a hold of this guy and find out, if he can come back on, and it's been a friendship ever since, and just a lot of fun, a lot of entertainment, a lot of banging my head up against the wall and Jeff smoking his cigar. So, yeah, it's just really cool. Made in America. Great question, Jeff.
Yeah, the shirts, some of them are U.S. made. Some of them, just because of the pricing, they come from, I want to say, the Philippines. But all the machines and everything that we have is a U.S. based company, and all my employees are legal. They're Americans. So, but, and one thing I did want to let people know, we did the 10 most popular colors that we've experienced over the last 3-4 years, but we are going to put a color chart up there. So if you have a particular color that you want, we're going to in the checkout form to where you can make specifications on what you certain colors that you would like, and the color changes don't cost anything. Yeah, it only comes a cost difference with sizing.
Yeah, cool. Well, we're gonna roll into final thought here, and I'll let Jeff go first. But again, it'll be Friday night. We'll do a show Friday night. We'll have the link to the website. We'll have a promo code that you guys can use to get 20% off for Black Friday. Anything that you guys can do to support this channel is greatly appreciated, and support Jeff B, veteran-owned company. Yeah, it's I'm excited for Christmas, because I think some people are going to get some really neat Christmas gifts. And so, Jeff, your final thought for tonight?
Yeah, so I do believe that this country, we're in for some rougher times. I think in order for the ship to be steered in the right direction, there's going to have to be a lot of sacrifices made physically and mentally. And my biggest suggestion to people is, if it gets to be too crazy and too wild, just tune it out. Just find something else, so you don't become engulfed in it. Because as one person, we really can't do much. We have to have faith that the appointed leaders and the military have what's in best for our nation. But with that, I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you Friday with the big launch.
All right.
Yay.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jeff.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, Tammy. Been kind of a shit show night. I knew it was going to be. I knew with some of the topics that we were going to cover and some of the videos and stuff, it was going to turn into a shit show, but that's what it feels like a lot of times. And, Jeff has a very calm demeanor about him, and how he can just kind of talk through it, talk it out, and ground some people. And it helps me too, to be honest with you. It helps ground me. So I don't know. It's going to be a beautiful Thanksgiving, and I hope that each and every one of you listening tonight, watching this, I hope that you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family, because to me, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I can't control Trump. I can't control our government. I can't control the military. I can't control what's going on around the world. What I can control is my time with my family, and spending that with the ones that I love. So what's your final thought tonight?
Well, that's it too, because the last few shows, my blood pressure has been high because
At your age, Tammy, you gotta watch that.
We'll talk after the show about that little comment, mister. But yeah, I think it was a great show. And yeah, it's a rough waters for some to hear, but we've had to hear some things too. And it's all about sharing the truth and sharing what we discover. And I believe that when you try to have honest conversations, that's how you bond. That's how we unite. That's how we remained human instead of robotic, because so many people do just spend so much time alone, isolated on their phones or on different apps and stuff, and it's nice to be able to converse again. And I've always loved that about the show. Tonight it was, I think, good. It made people take a deep breath, whether they agreed or didn't agree. People got fired up, it got their blood going, but sometimes we need that. And I think that it is going to be rough. I agree with Jeff, but I do always have faith, and I do always have hope. I'm human. I'm going to have weak moments, but that's why talking to Jeff, the audience, does help me a lot. Sometimes I need that. I'm human, and I hope everybody has a wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving. And you're right. Enjoy your family. Enjoy those moments. Tune out. I know that's what we're going to do, and I look forward to Friday.
Here's my final thought. I appreciate your comment, Tammy. My job this whole entire time, since I first started this channel, which was back in March of 2021, I wanted to bring information. I wanted to bring different thoughts. I wanted to bring on guests. I wanted to have call-in show. I wanted to really create a space where we could all share our different ideas and everything. And the one thing I do not want to be is I don't want to be Phil Godletsky. I don't want to be some of these people that I truly do not believe in, and I don't follow them for a reason. I want it to be somebody who actually makes you think. I want to challenge you. I want you to get upset with me because what I'm saying steps on your toes and it doesn't fall in line what you've been trained to think, honestly. And so that's a hard position for me to be in because a lot of people don't like me for that. They think that I'm weak. They think that I don't believe and all this other nonsense. And that's not the truth. The truth is I am here to challenge you. I want you to question what you're thinking all the time. I want you to question what I'm telling you. And I think that that's how we grow and how we become stronger, is because if I can make you squirm in your chair and get uncomfortable with the shit that I'm saying, then that means that maybe you're using this a little bit more instead of putting those blinders on and just whatever you see on YouTube, whatever you see on Rumble and what people are telling you, you just blindly just go along with it and believe it. And there it is. I want to be in this hard chair because it's uncomfortable for me to sit here and say the things that I say to stir you up and to get you to really plug back into life, because I think a lot of us have unplugged for a long time. And that's why this country is where it's at today. And then I think that a lot of us plugged back in and then just kind of went dim because we're just following this path. And I want to be all over the place. I want to bring every piece of information I possibly can to you guys and allow you to make your own decision. I don't want people to sit in my chat and tell me that this is what I should believe. And I don't want to sit here and tell you that that's what you should believe. I want us all to come to our own conclusions through whatever research you want to do, whoever you want to listen to, and whatever information you fill your brain with. And there's no apologies here. I am LW. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. And I'm not changing for anybody. I did that once before, and I'll never do it again. So I love y'all. I hope you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving with your family. Hope to see you all back here this Friday. And Jeff B's coming back, and we're going to have it's not going to be a serious show. I think we should just joke around, have some fun. I'm accused of being Mr. Serious and Captain Skeptic. And that's okay because that's who I am. So thank you, Tammy. And I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family as well.
Thank you. You guys too. And I love everybody in chat. Love all you guys. It's been a great show. And we will see you on the other side of Turkey Day. A little bit heavier, but a lot happier.
All right. God bless. Catch you on the next one.